There is a silence within you that the ordinary world cannot understand. You feel it in crowded rooms, in casual conversations, in moments that seem filled with empty words. You are a chosen one. And the whispers of your soul reject small talk, not out of pride or arrogance, but because your spirit is tuned to a higher frequency. Today, we will uncover the divine reason why chosen ones cannot tolerate small talk, why your inner calling demands depth, and how God is preparing you to operate in alignment with His eternal purpose. Welcome, beloved, to Underrated Knowledge Channel, a space where divine truths awaken the chosen ones. If this is your first time here, subscribe and turn on notifications, because the messages shared here are designed to illuminate your path and strengthen your spiritual authority. Before we go further, I want you to engage with me right now. Comment at the beginning, "I receive." If you are ready to embrace the truth of your spiritual nature, if you are ready to understand why the ordinary chatter of the world feels hollow to you, say it boldly, "I receive." Let this be the first step in unlocking the deeper revelations that God is releasing in your life today. Beloved, understand this. The discomfort you feel with small talk is not a flaw. It is a divine indicator of your higher purpose. The spirit within you is calling for connection, depth, and substance. Proverbs 18:12 reminds us, "Before destruction the heart of man is haughty, and before honor is humility." The humility here is not weakness, it is discernment. The chosen one discerns between the trivial and the purposeful, between fleeting words and eternal truth. Ordinary conversation, when stripped of substance, cannot satisfy a soul that has been prepared for destiny. You may wonder why the world cannot understand you, why social norms demand polite chatter, why others can enjoy empty exchanges while you feel restless. Matthew 6:33 says, "But seek ye first the kingdom of God and His righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you." Your focus is not on filling idle time with meaningless dialogue. Your focus is on alignment, on seeking God first, on pursuing depth that builds destiny. Small talk is not inherently evil. It is simply not for you, chosen one, because your purpose is vast and your spirit craves connection that transcends the superficial. Consider the prophets of old. They did not waste time in idle conversations. Their words carried weight, authority, and purpose. Isaiah 43:19 declares, "Behold, I will do a new thing. Now it shall spring forth. Shall ye not know it? I will even make a way in the wilderness and rivers in the desert." The divine work assigned to you requires focus, clarity, and discernment. Small talk distracts the spirit and delays the fulfillment of God's plan. The chosen one must preserve mental and spiritual energy for the work that matters, for the divine assignments that will shape not only their own life but the lives of many. Beloved, know this. Avoiding small talk is not arrogance, it is protection. It is the act of preserving your time, energy, and spiritual alignment. Proverbs 4:23 reminds us, "Keep thy heart with all diligence, for out of it are the issues of life." What you allow into your heart and mind shapes your destiny. Engaging in meaningless chatter dilutes the focus of the chosen one, slowing the manifestation of divine purpose. Silence, reflection, and selective conversation are tools God gives you to maintain clarity and power. Let us also explore the spiritual dimension of small talk. The enemy often disguises distractions in social norms, in casual pleasantries, in idle chatter. These are not sins, but they are time thieves. They consume energy that could be used to cultivate wisdom, strengthen faith, and build divine authority. Ephesians 5:15-16 instructs, "See then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time, because the days are evil." Chosen one, every moment spent on the trivial is a moment that could have been invested in the eternal. Your discomfort with small talk is your spirit warning you against wasting precious time. You may feel misunderstood when you express this truth. Friends, family, and peers may not comprehend why idle conversation drains you. Psalm 1:1-2 teaches, "Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the way of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful. But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and in his law doth he meditate day and night." Chosen one, your delight is in substance, in truth, in the pursuit of righteousness. The world values quantity of interaction. God values quality of engagement. Small talk may satisfy society, but it cannot satisfy a soul that has been chosen for extraordinary purpose. Beloved, it is also essential to understand the distinction between silence and isolation. Choosing not to engage in small talk is not the same as withdrawing from meaningful relationships. Proverbs 17:27 reminds us, "He that hath knowledge spareth his words, and a man of understanding is of an excellent spirit." Speaking with intention is a sign of wisdom, not arrogance. The chosen one discerns between voices that elevate and voices that distract. Depthful conversation, strategic mentorship, and spiritually aligned communication fuel your growth. Idle chatter only consumes energy that could be directed toward fulfilling divine purpose. Many chosen ones are also visionaries. Your mind is tuned to see patterns, possibilities, and potentials that ordinary people cannot. Small talk cannot capture the scope of your vision, and engaging in it can feel like confinement. Jeremiah 29:11 declares, "For I know the thoughts that I think toward you, saith the Lord, thoughts of peace and not of evil, to give you an expected end." The Lord's plan for you is intricate, divine, and expansive. Your soul intuitively rejects interactions that cannot support the manifestation of this plan. Small talk is noise to a mind attuned to purpose, a spirit aligned with destiny. Beloved, let us not mistake this divine aversion as weakness or social deficiency. It is a mark of distinction. Psalm 19:14 reminds us, "Let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in thy sight, O Lord, my strength and my Redeemer." Your words are precious, your energy is sacred, and your time is limited. Chosen ones cannot squander their spiritual capital on frivolity. Every conversation must carry intent. Every interaction must serve purpose. And every engagement must align with the vision God has placed within you. There is also a protective element in avoiding small talk. The world is filled with distractions, traps, and influences that can divert your spiritual and mental clarity. Proverbs 13:20 teaches, "He that walketh with wise men shall be wise, but a companion of fools shall be destroyed." Engaging in empty conversations can open doors to thoughts, emotions, and energies that dilute your focus. The chosen one must walk carefully, selecting interactions that fuel wisdom, clarity, and spiritual growth. Your aversion to small talk is a divine safeguard, ensuring that your steps remain ordered and your purpose unshaken. Furthermore, your inability to tolerate small talk is connected to your unique spiritual frequency. Romans 12:2 declares, "And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of God." The chosen one is not called to conform to trivial norms or social conventions. Your mind, spirit, and energy are attuned to the perfect will of God. Ordinary chatter cannot resonate with this frequency, and your spirit instinctively rejects it. This is not a flaw, it is divine alignment. Beloved, your discomfort is also an invitation. It calls you to cultivate depth, to seek meaningful connections, to invest in relationships and conversations that elevate, challenge, and inspire. Proverbs 27:17 teaches, "Iron sharpeneth iron, so a man sharpeneth the countenance of his friend." Small talk cannot sharpen, cannot refine, cannot propel you forward. The chosen one seeks interactions that contribute to growth, wisdom, and spiritual maturity. Your rejection of meaningless chatter is not isolation. It is strategic preparation for impact. Now, I want you to actively engage with this truth. Comment below with "I believe" if you are ready to embrace your divine aversion to small talk, to honor your time, energy, and spiritual frequency. Say it with conviction, "I believe." Let this be the activation that aligns your soul, mind, and actions with the divine path that God has prepared for you. Beloved, as we continue this journey, understand that your spiritual calling demands focus. Every moment invested in depth, wisdom, and divine purpose compounds exponentially. Psalm 37:5 reminds us, "Commit thy way unto the Lord. Trust also in him, and he shall bring it to pass." Chosen one, your commitment to purpose, your refusal to waste energy on the trivial, and your alignment with God's vision ensures that your life produces results far beyond ordinary expectation. Beloved, now that we understand why small talk feels empty to the chosen ones, let us explore the deeper purpose behind this divine design. The spirit within you has wired you for significance. Your thoughts, words, and energies are meant to produce fruit that lasts for eternity. Small talk does not build legacies. It does not plant seeds of destiny. It does not elevate your spiritual frequency. 2 Corinthians 13:11 says, "Finally, brethren, farewell. Be perfect, be of good comfort, be of one mind, live in peace, and the God of love and peace shall be with you." The peace God promises is not found in shallow chatter. It is cultivated in purposeful words, aligned thoughts, and divine action. Beloved, your rejection of small talk is not social deficiency. It is spiritual alignment. You were not created to blend into the ordinary. You were chosen to illuminate, to lead, and to transform. Proverbs 20:18 declares, "Every purpose is established by counsel, and with good advice make war." Conversations that have no depth, no counsel, no alignment with divine purpose are distractions from your assignment. Every interaction you engage in must serve your mission, sharpen your mind, and align with God's will. The chosen one cannot tolerate frivolous distractions because your purpose demands focus. It is also important to understand that your aversion to small talk attracts the right people into your life. God organizes encounters, relationships, and mentorships around those who share your vision and frequency. Amos 3:3 asks, "Can two walk together except they be agreed?" Chosen one, those who resonate with your energy will seek meaningful conversation, while those bound to trivialities will naturally drift away. Your discomfort is a divine compass guiding you toward alignment, away from distraction and into circles that amplify your impact. Beloved, the world often misunderstands the silence or selective speech of a chosen one. You may appear aloof, reserved, or unapproachable, but Psalm 46:10 reminds us, "Be still, and know that I am God. I will be exalted among the heathen. I will be exalted in the earth." Silence is not weakness, it is a declaration of spiritual sovereignty. You are discerning, observing, and preserving your energy for divine assignments. The chosen one speaks with intention because every word carries power and influence. Idle chatter diminishes authority. Purposeful speech amplifies it. Now let us examine the spiritual cost of engaging in meaningless conversation. Each word carries energy. Each sentence influences thought patterns. Proverbs 15:28 teaches, "The heart of the righteous studieth to answer, but the mouth of the wicked poureth out evil." When you engage in shallow dialogue, you dilute focus, invite distraction, and scatter the spiritual capital God has invested in you. The chosen one must treat words as instruments of power, not fillers of empty time. Every conversation must be deliberate, constructive, and aligned with destiny. Beloved, understand this. Small talk does not challenge your mind, your spirit, or your faith. It does not provoke growth. It does not inspire action. Romans 12:2 instructs, "And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is that good, and acceptable, and perfect will of God." Transformation demands depth, insight, and spiritual engagement. Your soul instinctively rejects what cannot contribute to your growth. The chosen one cannot tolerate empty noise because it disrupts divine transformation. Your divine aversion to trivial talk also sharpens discernment. Proverbs 18:13 reminds us, "He that answereth a matter before he heareth it, it is folly and shame unto him." Small talk often precludes meaningful listening, insight, and discernment. By rejecting it, you preserve the clarity to understand others' hearts, intentions, and alignment. You do not waste energy reacting to the shallow. Instead, you direct focus toward interactions that matter, that produce spiritual insight, and that cultivate godly influence. Beloved, let us reflect on your destiny. Chosen ones are architects of impact. Your life is meant to touch souls, create legacies, and align with divine timelines. Proverbs 16:3 says, "Commit thy works unto the Lord, and thy thoughts shall be established." Every moment spent on small talk is a moment that could have been invested in purpose-driven action. Your aversion is not limitation, it is preparation. It ensures that your heart, mind, and spirit remain aligned to the trajectory God has established for you. It is also critical to understand the spiritual protection behind your selective engagement. Psalm 34:7 teaches, "The angel of the Lord encampeth round about them that fear him, and delivereth them." By rejecting small talk, you create a spiritual boundary that prevents distractions, envy, and negative influence from infiltrating your mind. Your energy, focus, and spirit are guarded, allowing divine wisdom, clarity, and insight to flourish. Chosen ones operate in divine timing, not according to the whims of ordinary conversation. Beloved, your rejection of small talk can feel isolating at times, but it is a mark of spiritual distinction. Isaiah 55:8-9 declares, "For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, saith the Lord." For as the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways and my thoughts than your thoughts. Your mind, vision, and purpose are higher than ordinary norms. Your aversion to triviality reflects divine alignment, spiritual awareness, and destiny-focused thinking. The chosen one must prioritize divine correspondence over worldly chatter. Now let us consider the practical side. You can honor your aversion while remaining relational and impactful. Seek conversations that challenge your mind, elevate your spirit, and align with purpose. Surround yourself with mentors, peers, and friends who resonate with your frequency. Proverbs 27:17 reminds us, "Iron sharpeneth iron, so a man sharpeneth the countenance of his friend." The chosen one is not antisocial. They are intentional. They invest in relationships that sharpen, inspire, and strengthen their purpose. Beloved, I want you to engage with this teaching. Comment now with "I receive" if you are ready to embrace the divine reason behind your rejection of small talk, to honor your time, and to align fully with purpose-driven interaction. Say it boldly, "I receive." Let this declaration awaken your spiritual discernment, protect your energy, and guide your interactions toward divine alignment. Finally, understand this. Your spirit is tuned for substance. Small talk cannot satisfy it, and meaningless interactions cannot fulfill it. Psalm 119:105 reminds us, "Thy word is a lamp unto my feet and a light unto my path." Let Scripture guide your conversations, your engagements, and your focus. The chosen one walks a path of intentionality, clarity, and divine authority. Every interaction is an opportunity to reflect light, impart wisdom, and strengthen alignment with God's purpose. Beloved, as we continue in this revelation, remember this: rejecting small talk is not about rejecting people. It is about rejecting distraction. It is about preserving energy. It is about preparing for impact. Every moment spent in intentional, meaningful, and spiritually aligned interaction compounds, producing fruit that is eternal. Matthew 5:16 says, "Let your light so shine before men, that they may see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven." Chosen one, your light shines brightest when your focus, words, and energy are dedicated to purpose. Before we pause for this segment, take a spiritual step. Comment "blessed and ready" to declare your commitment to meaningful conversation, divine alignment, and the purposeful rejection of trivial chatter. Like this video if it has strengthened your understanding, and subscribe to Underrated Knowledge channel to continue receiving messages that awaken the chosen one within you, protect your energy, and guide you toward destiny. Beloved, as we bring this teaching to its fullness, understand this clearly. Your aversion to small talk is a divine gift, not a flaw. It is God's way of preserving your energy, sharpening your focus, and ensuring that every word you speak carries purpose. Psalm 19:14 declares, "Let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in thy sight, O Lord, my strength and my Redeemer." The chosen one cannot tolerate the ordinary because your words are instruments of influence, destiny, and light. Every conversation, every engagement must reflect divine alignment. Do not fear isolation, beloved, for the Lord surrounds you with angels, opportunities, and purpose-driven connections. Psalm 34:7 assures, "The angel of the Lord encampeth round about them that fear him and delivereth them." You are protected, guided, and spiritually equipped to navigate life with discernment. Choosing depth over triviality does not make you unapproachable. It makes you wise, intentional, and powerful. Your spirit knows its worth, and it will not settle for less than divine resonance. Beloved, your destiny is not defined by casual chatter, but by deliberate, faith-driven action. Romans 8:28 reminds us, "And we know that all things work together for good to them that love God, to them who are the called according to his purpose." Every interaction, every conversation, every decision is an opportunity to honor God's plan. By rejecting meaningless small talk, you preserve your spiritual focus, ensuring that your words, actions, and energy are dedicated to eternal outcomes. It is important to realize that your divine aversion sets a standard, not only for yourself but for those around you. Those who align with your frequency will seek depth, wisdom, and spiritual engagement. Proverbs 27:17 says, "Iron sharpeneth iron, so a man sharpeneth the countenance of his friend." You are called to walk among visionaries, leaders, and faithful servants who understand the value of meaningful dialogue. Small talk cannot meet the demands of your calling. but purposeful interaction empowers, strengthens, and elevates. Beloved, embrace this truth. Being a chosen one means walking a path that many will not understand. Isaiah 55:8-9 declares, "For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, saith the Lord. For as the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts." Your mind, your spirit, and your purpose are aligned with God's higher ways. Rejecting small talk is not rebellion, it is obedience to divine design. Let us also remember that silence, discernment, and selective engagement are forms of spiritual power. Proverbs 17:27 teaches, "He that hath knowledge spareth his words, and a man of understanding is of an excellent spirit." By speaking with intention, by listening deeply, and by engaging meaningfully, the chosen one demonstrates wisdom, authority, and spiritual maturity. Small talk is noise. Your life is light. Your words carry weight, your actions carry purpose, and your spirit carries destiny. Beloved, the time has come for declaration. Stand boldly in your divine alignment. Comment below with "blessed and ready" to seal this teaching in your life. Like this video if it has strengthened your understanding and resolve. Subscribe to Underrated Knowledge channel for more messages that awaken the chosen one within you. Guide your focus and protect your spiritual energy. Psalm 37:23-24 reminds us, "The steps of a good man are ordered by the Lord, and he delighteth in his way. Though he fall, he shall not be utterly cast down, for the Lord upholdeth him with his hand." Chosen one, every step you take, every interaction you choose, every conversation you engage in is under divine supervision. Small talk cannot derail your destiny. Divine alignment ensures your purpose unfolds with precision and authority. Finally, understand this truth. Your rejection of small talk is a mark of your calling. It is a reflection of your spiritual sensitivity, your divine purpose, and your readiness to operate in extraordinary ways. Psalm 112 reminds us, "Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the way of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful. But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and in his law doth he meditate day and night." Your delight is in divine substance, not in fleeting empty words. Your energy is precious, your focus is sacred, and your destiny is eternal. Go forth now, chosen one. Walk boldly in spiritual discernment, embrace purposeful conversation, and reject every distraction that seeks to steal your energy. Let your words carry weight, let your silence hold power, and let your actions reflect divine authority. Remember to comment "blessed and ready," like, and subscribe to continue receiving messages that awaken the chosen one within you. Strengthen your faith and guide your divine purpose. Beloved, small talk is for the ordinary. You are extraordinary. You are chosen. You are called to operate in alignment with God, to preserve your spirit, and to embrace conversations, actions, and relationships that reflect eternal impact. Stand firm, remain focused, and walk with the confidence that your life is divinely orchestrated, and your destiny cannot be hindered by triviality.